Hey everyone, welcome back. This is going to be another Gravit Designer for free video tutorial. I want to go ahead and show you a few interesting little things here. In my last video, I went over the pen tool, and this is expanding upon that. So I'm going to go ahead and come up here, and I'm going to make a 10-inch by 10-inch square canvas. Make sure you set it to inches. All right, there we go. So I want to import a reference image, something that I can vector on top of. So I got a downloaded image of a shape of a heart. And so I'm just going to come up here to File, Import, Place Image. You can also just drag and drop it right onto into the canvas if you can. Okay, so here it is here. I'm just going to go ahead and click and drag, and I'm going to scale it down just a little bit. Move it in the center here. You can also move a layer around just by using the arrow keys. You can just kind of nudge it up and down, left and right, and there we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to then come over here to my layers toolbar. I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to lock it, so that way I can't make any changes or do anything weird to it. All right, so I'm going to take the pen tool, and I'm going to show you how I would go about doing this. So I'm going to start right here in the middle with just a single click, and I lay down my first anchor point. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click and lay down another anchor point right there, kind of in the middle of that curve. Now you might be wondering why I'm not doing a curved edge, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I'm going to come down here and do another click. Again, over here, click, and then I'm going to close the shape. All right, go ahead and give it a color fill. Red is a little too obvious, so let's go ahead and choose kind of a purple there. Let's go with kind of a blue. All right, I'm going to settle on that. So now, obviously, I need to change the sharp points into curve points. So I'm going to come up here, and right here, I can click on this, and I can choose the pointer or the sub-select tool. I want the sub-select tool, which is the letter D. So now I'm going to click on this point right here, and of course I can move that point around wherever I want. I'm going to leave it there, but I want you to look over here on the right hand side. You'll see a little line here that says joint, and there are 4 different types of joints. The first type is just called a straight joint, and that's an angled or a sharp joint, as I say with a lot of my students. So these are sharp joints or straight joints. The second is called mirrored. And the reason why it's called mirrored is because you now get this handle, and whatever I do on one side of the handle, the other side does the opposite. It's a mirror opposite. So you can try this and you can say, okay, great, I'm getting that, nice curve there, but then you're going to try to get this curve down here. And what will end up happening is that no matter what you do to get that looking good, now the left side doesn't look so good, right? And so then we go looking to these other 2 types. So the third one is called disconnected. So if I do disconnected, what that means is that each handle can operate differently from each other because they're not mirrored, they're disconnected. So this is a really great and popular one that my students will use quite a bit, because I can just do the left side by itself and the right side by itself. Whoops. Just select the point again. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble grabbing it. There we go. And so there you can go ahead and you can try that, and you can move it around. If you are having trouble, just move the anchor point, and then try to get it like that. There we go. So I think that the disconnected option, or the disconnected type rather, is probably going to be the way to go with this particular shape. It is a really good option there. The 4th type is called asymmetric. And so if I click on asymmetric, let's see how they behave. You'll see that it's a little bit like a seesaw now, a little bit like mirrored. Um, but you'll see that whenever I affect one side, the other side does get affected, but they're not the same, right? That's asymmetric. This left side here is a very shallow curve, and this right side here has this big old edge bulging out. Um, so again, try those four. This actually isn't bad. Um, it doesn't give me quite the same control as the disconnected. So I think I'm going to go with disconnected on this one here. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this tutorial. Just make sure you try the different joints. Ooh, what's going on here? There we go. So sometimes you will see that you don't see the handles, and so you're not really sure what's going on. There we go. I'm going to put mine there. And I love the fact that it shows you the blue line to show you that they're lined up. That's really helpful, so I can really make sure that this left point here is in line with this right point here. So that's pretty helpful. And I'll just go ahead and do that. And there we go. So it's not bad. I'm not exactly in the right spot, but again, I can tweak it a little bit more and get it just right. Okay, thanks very much, everyone. I hope this video helps you out. Happy vectoring.